POV you just finished watching link click.
游戏重新开始。
响了10秒的电话没有接，只是要在掩护下闭着眼。
What the fuck?
Oh, you didn't look like this? Why are you watching this video then, huh? What, to support me or something? Thank you so much. I mean, seriously, the ending of this show had more plot twists than the Maury fucking Povich show. Okay, Liu Min, you are not the nationwide serial killer. Kind of. So, episode 11 starts off with Cheng Xiaoshi telling Lu Guang his 500 IQ plan to catch the murderer. By the way, get ready to pay very close attention. Yes, even closer than you did watching Dora the Explorer.
Come on, Dora, it's right over there! Obre los ojos! Come on!
Now, do you remember the texts and the voicemail the murderer left using Shanshan's phone? You know, the two texts that were sent to their group chat. Well, it turns out that these texts directly translate to "Clue received, my new friend." And the voicemail they received afterward was "I will come as promised." When we first saw this in episode 8, this obviously made zero fucking sense. But now, Cheng Xiaoshi speculates that when he dove into the past before, it created this alternate timeline. And at this point in time, he somehow told the murderer to meet up with him. Now, you're probably sitting there thinking,
and I'm the first person to stand up and say, this is fucked, this is not right, this is not cool, this is fucking bullshit.
But the fact that these messages exist serve as evidence of Cheng Xiaoshi and the murderer's conversation. And now, all that's left is to actually execute said conversation. Thankfully, it gets pretty straightforward. Cheng Xiaoshi blocks the murderer's attack and tells him to meet up with him after receiving a bunch of hints. With all of that build-up out of the way, we come back to the present, where the scene picks up from where we left off in episode 10. The murderer says that he's finally found his true friend. Now, there are many ways to interpret this, but the most obvious reason is probably because they share the same ability of possessing bodies. But more on that later, because the series is finally giving us our first ever fist fight. I don't know about you guys, but I was super hyped to finally see some high stakes, high intensity, blood pumping, ball tickling, testosterone packing, all out brawl. It's over? Man, what the fuck? This shit ended faster than any match fixed YouTuber boxing event. Anyway, surprise, surprise, Liu Min is the murderer. But wait, he says he's not actually the one who wanted to kill those people, and that he was just an agent hired to kill them. Honestly, watching this for the first time confused me as well, but looking back, it makes a lot more sense now. You know that friend that Liu Min was talking about? This is him. You can tell because his eyes are glowing redder than all the edgy anime characters combined. And this serves as an indication that our friend is currently possessing someone's body. Similar to when Cheng Xiaoshi is in his host's body, where their eyes glow yellow. Now this may either be intended or just an indicator to help us identify who's who. Either way, this is how we know that a character is being possessed. Our friend also mentions that he can never be caught, meaning that he can probably just hop out of his host's body if things get sticky. To back this up even further, remember that Liu Min was paralyzed in a car accident, and we see that right here when he stumbles. I believe this is when he actually returns to his real self and is no longer being possessed by his friend. Which brings me to another point in the episode that might have also confused you, because it confused the fuck out of me. It's this sequence of seemingly unconnected flashbacks. Initially, I had no idea why they chose to use these clips in particular. Maybe I was dumb, maybe I was high, maybe I was mesmerized by that 1-second shot of Cheng Xiaoshi's abs. I don't know, but after much pondering, I foolishly realized that This was used to show us that possessing a body overrides the host's physical capabilities. In other words, the reason why the kid was able to deliver a max power shoryuken on this granny was because some of Cheng Xiaoshi's strength was retained onto his host. The same applies to when he judo throws Shan Shan's boyfriend, and also why he couldn't see properly in Chen Xiao's body. Cheng Xiaoshi doesn't wear glasses, therefore he doesn't need them. And the last and most obvious example is Liu Min himself. He was clearly paralyzed as said by the doctor, but since his friend wasn't, he was able to commit those heinous crimes by possessing him, overriding his paralyzed body and being able to move freely. We later find out that Liu Min doesn't remember any of the other murders he committed, since it was his friend who did it. I guess it's safe to say that the host doesn't retain any memories when they're being possessed, but when he was shown the photo of Emma, he clearly remembers her face. So, is Liu Min the one who killed Emma? No, because remember, Liu Min has an alibi of being in the hospital at the time of Emma's death. And as far as I'm concerned, there's no shadow clone jutsu bullshit going on here. So the real question remains, who killed Emma? It's the friend. Because later on in the episode, they reveal to us that they're capable of possessing spirits. Emma, Liu Min, and even Xiaoling are all possessed by the friend. Emma purposefully walks off the ledge and commits suicide. So does Liu Min as he strangles himself using his own handcuffs. Xiaoling grabs a knife, and while Lu Guang is occupied, she stabs him. In the dying minutes of the finale, Cheng Xiaoshi is forced back to the present and sees the horror in front of him, and is reminded that their little game has reset. Phew! There's still a lot of questions left unanswered here, like, who is our mysterious friend? Why do they exist? And is this the result of Cheng Xiaoshi attempting to save a person who should be dead? Hopefully, everything gets answered in Season 2, but one crucial thing is for certain. Anyone can be possessed. And, by the way,
you're next.
响了12秒的电话没有接，只是要在掩护下闭着眼。